This was all a smokescreen, and they're taking Sanders at 3. And if that's true, why in the world did you spend at the least 14, at the most 24 to $28 million on the quarterback position for 2025 if you were picking Sanders at 3? Why would you do that? Hey, Giants fans, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. If you love the Giants but you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. We're on the road here to 3,000 subscribers, so if you can help us get there, that would be an absolute blessing. So the New York Giants have met with Abdul Carter once again. This is, I believe, their 5th meeting with the edge rusher, linebacker. Carter met with the Giants today, and he took a picture of Lawrence Taylor that's posted outside the Giants linebacker room. Now, in my opinion, it seems that the Giants kind of zoning in here on Abdul Carter. Meeting with him 5 times. I know they met with JJ a bunch. But what did Joe Schoen do? He drafted the best player available, and that was Malik Neighbors. It's kind of annoying seeing right now people saying, oh, he could have drafted a QB last year. Do you realize who we got last year? One of the best receivers in the NFL. That's who we got. So let's all relax and on saying, oh, he passed up on a QB last year. He got one of the best receivers in the NFL. So please. Anyway, it seems that the Giants are really setting their eyes on Abdul Carter. Now, up until a few weeks ago, I really feel like the Giants and many others felt that Abdul Carter was not going to fall to 3. There were talks about him going to Tennessee at 1, and then all of a sudden, Cam Ward's pro day came and went, and Tennessee fell in love with him. They had another private workout with him. It does seem that Tennessee is leaning towards Cam Ward. So then it was the Browns. They re-signed Myles Garrett, but people were still thinking that he could maybe go to Cleveland and be a 2-headed monster with Garrett. Okay, fine. But now all of a sudden, ever since Colorado's pro day, we've been hearing Travis Hunter to Cleveland. That's what we're hearing. So that would mean that Abdul Carter would be on the board at 3 for the New York Giants, and they are just preparing now and getting ready for that possibility. Now, I'm going to ask you guys this. Is this just a smokescreen? Is this all a smokescreen just for the New York Giants to go and draft Shedeur Sanders? For all we know, it might be. It very well could be. I would not put anything past them at this point. Anything at all. But I find it hard to believe that all of a sudden, when we didn't hear anything about Abdul Carter going to the Giants, since Colorado's pro day, he's met with them 5 times. I believe he met with them like 3 times in a week. It's crazy. The Giants are very much in on Abdul Carter. Now, for those of you who want Shedeur Sanders over Carter, you want your future QB. I totally get that. If the Giants are not in love with Sanders, why would you force it? Why would you want the Giants to force it? I wouldn't want them to. On top of that, you have a premier talent in Abdul Carter and potentially Travis Hunter being there at 3. Why would you even consider passing up on that? We've heard time and time again, after Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, after those 3 guys, the talent kind of falls off. And yes, there are still many talented players, but not up to that caliber of those three, especially those two, and Carter and Hunter, really. Cam Moore is good, but Carter and Hunter are the top two players in this draft. It's not really even close. And you're telling me that the Giants potentially have a chance to get one of them, and we're going to pass up on it because we desperately need a quarterback, so we're going to force a potential franchise QB on a guy that we may not even love? I don't think that's the move. Some of you are saying, I'm seeing it all over Twitter, if the Giants go and draft Sanders, he'll immediately be the starting QB. Take your head out of your butt and open up your eyes and realize that the New York Giants, at the minimum, invested $14.5 million in the quarterback position this offseason in Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson. And I'm not even counting DeVito, but Justin Winston and Wilson alone. WW. They invested $14.5 million. If Wilson hits his incentives, it could go up to 20. To 24 if you include Winston's money. And Winston has incentives too, but only one of them are going to hit incentives. And if anything, I would think it would be Russell Wilson. So the New York Giants potentially have spent upwards $24 million in that position. And you're telling me that you think, number one, the Giants are going to take a QB at 3, and number 2, he's going to start. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. I have nothing against Sanders. If he was a Giant, he would be my guy, and I would root for him to succeed. But there is no chance he's starting week 1. No shot. Unless Wilson blows out his ACL and Winston can't throw a football anymore. Only way, he's starting week 1. Or he performs so great in training camp that everybody's like, whoa! The Titans missed on a superstar. Listen, if that were to happen, I hope. But then, not for nothing, if Shedeur Sanders was your pick at 3, why in the hell did you invest $14 million at the minimum, at the lowest, in the quarterback position to begin with? If that's who you wanted at 3, why did you invest so much money in the QB position then? You could have put that money elsewhere. Why did you invest that? That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. So now you're telling me after investing all that money in the QB position that the New York Giants are going to go and draft the quarterback at 3. That's what you're telling me. It doesn't make sense. Because if that's the case, you would have only signed one, Winston or Wilson, not both. If anything, I think the Giants believe that they could potentially trade back into the first round and go and grab Sanders. I think they believe that. And I think they're going to try that. I really do. Or this was all a smokescreen and they're taking Sanders at 3. And if that's true, why in the world did you spend at the least 14, at the most 24 to $28 million on the quarterback position for 2025 if you were picking Sanders at 3? Why would you do that? Invest it in other areas then to build around your rookie QB. That's why I have a hard time believing it. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.